Hi, whether you're watching this video on a computer, laptop, mobile, or whatever, that device is probably using a keyboard that's arranged like this. But why like this? Why isn't the keyboard just alphabetized? Find out that, and much more, in this video. Before we take a look at why the keyboard isn't alphabetized, let's take a step back. Why the alphabet is alphabetical? The answer is because that's the way it's always been. The alphabet has changed very little in the thousands of years it has existed. The ancient Phoenicians had a similar arrangement of letters as we have now. It is not known why it was arranged this way, but one theory is that the individual letters had a numerical value attached to them, and thus were arranged accordingly. But this faded with time, and what we know today remains. It all started with typewriters. Before there were typewriters, writing was done with a quill. A quill like this. Mechanical letterpress printing had been invented long ago, but it was understandably not very practical for routine work with documents and the like. A lot of people realized that they wanted a more modern way of writing, and there were hundreds of designs and patents for typewriters. But none of these took any particular hold until the arrival of this gentleman named Christopher Sholes, who, with some friends, published his first typewriter in 1868. As you can see, firstly it looked like a piano, and secondly it had the keys arranged alphabetically. However, Sholes quickly concluded that this design was bad and continued to improve it. For us, the significant change was in the keyboard, which was changed from this layout to this one. Why? Sholes was getting feedback from the telegraph operators who used his machine the most, but mainly he needed to solve one fundamental problem. That is, when you press adjacent keys on a typewriter at the same time, or in quick succession, there's a good chance that these metal hands that knock the letters onto the paper will jam against each other. The solution was to put the most commonly used pairs of letters further apart. And that's how this layout was created, which became the now famous QWERTY version after Remington bought the patent. Remington differentiated themselves from the competition by the fact that in addition to selling typewriters, they also offered classes where people learned to type quickly. Of course, at a discounted price when you bought the machine. People liked it, and the typewriters, along with the courses, became very popular. Oh, and once someone had learned the QWERTY keyboard, they would have a very hard time learning anything else again. It was also true that when someone wanted to learn to type on a keyboard, they chose the QWERTY keyboard because it was the most popular. In the same way, when a manufacturer wanted to make a typewriter, he made it with a QWERTY keyboard because it was the one most people used. And that's just the way it's been preserved to this day. In addition to the keyboard layout, the name of the shift key has also been preserved. Since the 19th century, of course, there have been many attempts to arrange the keys better and more efficiently, but none of these designs have caught on because people don't want change. Because maybe you don't have a QWERTY keyboard but a QWERTZ. This is because the letter Z is quite a bit more widely used than Y in Central Europe, and therefore settled in a more accessible place, whereas in English it's the other way around. That's all from today's video. Let me know in the comments section what you would like to see in the next video. And don't forget to like and subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, and it will help me a lot. See you in the next video.